is really the only major one. Jalen Watson did get hit in the thigh today at practice, and so just towards the end there, we took him out. So we'll see where he's at. Look forward to the challenge of playing the Chargers. We know they're a very talented team, well coached, so we've got to make sure that we do a good job on our end. Our guys have had a good week of practice. Look forward to playing here in Arrowhead. So anyways, with that, time's yours.
Are you expecting Mayhew and Hardman to play Sunday?
Well, we'll see, but I'm thinking it's going in that direction, Adam.
For both guys?
Yeah.
How they look in practice?
Yeah, they did a nice job. Yeah.
Bringing in McCool, I think we haven't got your comments since then. Just what's that been about? Just to have him back here.
Yeah, somebody that knows the system, knows the offense, right, and kind of understands how it rolls here, and then he's also a talented player. So good to have him back in the mix. We'll see where it goes.
He went into some details about just what he went through last year and the injury, and I know you talked a lot last year just about how tough he was to fight through it. What was it like watching him and just seeing him try to play? Yeah, well, I mean, listen, he did a great job for us in the championship game. I think it was had one of the bigger plays there. Just for him to push through that. He's not the biggest guy, but you see it. When he carries the ball, he's fearless that way. Good or bad, he's fearless that way, right? And so, he's a tough kid, and he did. He pushed through that, won to play. He was adamant about that, and it ended up tearing on him there. So he got it fixed, and he's ripping and ready to go now. Yeah.
Andy, I know we're getting Travis here in a little bit. Do you remember the first time you were, I guess, comfortable or gave the green light for Travis to sort of improvise his routes?
Yeah, it's he's had a great feel right from the get-go. So he did it with Alex, and he's done it now with Pat and all the quarterbacks in between there. So he's just got to feel he's quarterback friendly that way. He understands the schemes, understands defenses. So.
Did you have a player similar like that in Philadelphia at all?
Yeah, I mean, Keith Jackson, I have this in Green Bay. Keith Jackson and Mark Chimera were a lot like that. And then Selleck came from the same place he came from. So they had a pretty good feel for space. And Chad Lewis made a living on that. So the tight ends get a little bit of more freedom than the other guys because the whole middle of the field normally to work with there. So, but he does it, he does it as well or better than anybody. So.
Andy, you referenced Frank Clark on Monday. Anything changed with his status with you guys?
No.
Anything else?
You seemed pretty lighthearted with the guy in the Snickers commercial and throwing up chefs.
Yeah. I have no acting ability, but that was as close to just being a coach as we could get. Plus, they gave me some free Snickers.
All right,
guys.
Thanks. Oh, Lord.
Oh, boy.
This is,
Get this thing.
Oh, boy.
How we doing, guys? I'll give it about 2 more seconds.
That's it.
Go Cyclones, man.
Appreciate it. So you lost a bet, I take it?
Yeah, another friendly wager. Unfortunately, my Bearcats are struggling right now in the Big 12. And it's all right. We got Baylor this week. Hopefully we can bounce back and get the train rolling.
So what was he going to have to do if Cincinnati won the game?
I forget, what was it?
Standing here.
Yeah, maybe I had him. I don't know. I was going to give Cincinnati a call and figure it out on the run.
And Travis, potentially Derwin James this week. What's it like the match?
Potentially, I'd assume I'd see him pretty often. In my mind, the best safety in the league right now that I got to go against, and just the ultimate respect for him. Both on and off the field, and it's always a battle. It is always a battle, and he doesn't make my job easy by any means.
Travis, that little wrestling move he put on you, was it last year, suplex or whatever you call it? I mean, was that obviously it's in the heat of the battle, but was that problematic for you? Did it bother you that he went that far?
No. As long as we come out of that thing with a win, that's all And that's all I'm really caring about. And try not to get myself in that situation. Anytime you're on top of a guy's shoulders like that, it's not good.
Travis, there's certain excitement when you play, with the best in the league, as you just described.
Oh, without a doubt, man. I mean, it's just it fires you up. I want to play everybody at their best, with everybody out there, and everybody at the peak of their game. And sure enough, that's where a lot of guys on their defense are. Talking about 5'2", Khalil Mack, Bosa. I mean, the whole gang is what you got to worry about. And on top of that, their defensive coordinator can mix up some things and make you work both mentally and physically. So.
Travis, how much do you value the time you get to spend with your brother, even during a mini week, going to the field?
Family time is priceless, man. Anytime you can get around your loved ones, I mean, you got to take advantage of that. And unfortunately, during the football season, or because of football season, I don't get to see them in person. New Heights, our podcast has been able to, kind of bring together what we've really been missing since college days. But any chance I get to go and hang out with them or see my mom and dad, I'm always jumping at the bit.
Did you guys anticipate the popularity of that podcast when you started?
I don't think either one of us could have anticipated it is where it is now. Both of us having great seasons last year, meeting up in the Super Bowl obviously has a lot to do with that. But everybody getting to know my brother more from a personal standpoint, getting the offensive lineman a little bit more face time. I think that's been awesome, and people have really appreciated that.
Travis, big picture, what do you see from the offense right now for you guys?
I see us moving in the right direction, to be honest. I mean, we're not putting up the points that we want, but at the same time, we got good direction on where we can clean things up and where we can, move forward. And that's the biggest thing, because we got guys that are finding their roles, that are getting more comfortable into their roles, and it's just going to keep going from there. Guys are every single week you see them flying around a little bit faster at practice, attacking the ball a little bit differently, and all that's going to translate into the game as long as we just keep, working our tails off like we have been.
What did you say to McCall when you came back into the building?
Just gave him a big old hug. Good to have the guy back, man. It's crazy when you get a guy like Nicole who's got a big personality, friends with everybody on the team, a brother to everybody on the team, both offense and defense. When you get a guy like that back in the building, it lights everybody up. It gives everybody that good mojo. It's similar to when, a guy like Blake Bell came back, it's just you like to see the good guys come back, and sure enough, you'll see them out there flying around having a blast on Sunday.
We'll go last three. Vahe, Aaron, and Nate. Go ahead.
Travis, how'd you enjoy the return to SNL, and did you enjoy the theme of the skit?
Man, it was funny. Yeah, I obviously didn't know what was gonna go down. I just decided to hit SNL last second, and they asked me if I wanted to kind of end the skit that was about me and Taylor's takeover of the NFL games. Which was hilarious. I loved every bit of it, and it was laughing my tail off during the skit. And to be honest, I don't even remember saying anything. I hoped I read the card right, and the electricity and just the energy from the crowd and just being up there, it felt like I was hosting it all over again.
And are you kind of in their Rolodex? I mean, just call you out?
Yeah, I mean, they haven't kicked me out yet, which is a good thing. So we'll see. We'll see next time I'm in New York if they let me back in.
Aaron?
You and Taylor is a very popular Halloween costume coming up this year. What do people have to have if they want to dress up as you for their costume?
Man, the mustache is slowly starting to disappear, but I'll tell you what, man, that stash in the '87 jersey was pretty iconic there for a little bit. And it was and I had it when I met Taylor for the first time. So I guess just my stash, and then maybe what is it who knows, man? What else?
Football, maybe?
Oh, maybe a bracelet or something. I don't know.
Nate?
Travis, I have two questions to ask you. The first one is, how much of this year's October is similar to you from last year's October? Just trying to get better as the season goes along, but also winning games.
Well, I mean, every single year is different, and then you get dealt, different challenges. And right now, I just feel like we're hitting stride as a unit, as a group. And everybody's not getting frustrated with it. We're still trying to, build it, like I said earlier, and find where everybody's role is in this offense. And it's just going to keep growing from there. But I think October and November is that year, or the 2 months throughout the year where you really build the team, and you can't get frustrated with the downs.
Yeah, and lastly, when you were here in 2013, you guys played a lot of games at noon or 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
How unique is it for you to start your career kind of in that sort of point of where the team is to now being in prime time? Obviously, you're going to go to Germany here in a couple weeks. Having 2 Thursday night games, just the uniqueness of this schedule compared to maybe when you were a rookie or your first year on the team.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's hats off to what Coach Reid has been able to build here. I think that the primetime games are what that's what you play for in my mind. I do love a good 1 o'clock noon game, at mid-afternoon game where it ends with the lights on and everything. But there's something about that primetime game and being the only show on that just gets you excited, even just coming into the stadium. And that's when you really want to show out for your friends and family and all the people that helped you along the way. So it's really what Coach Reid and the coaching staff and everybody's been able to implement here as a culture. And I've just been fortunate to kind of see it develop from beginning to where it is now.
Thanks, Trent.
All right, guys.
All right, guys, lock in.
Go Bearcats, baby.
So Kelsey, you guys, you just have that lying around?